Okay, next we have Roylin Picou. Looking forward to this a lot. Here he comes. Excellent. There we go.
Had an interesting conversation with Liam at the table. We get poets at a table, and you're gonna have a table of contents and some really compassionate contents. Okay. So anyway, he talked about how we we have to well, not have to, but it's really nice when your art has heart and it's wow and it resonates, and that sometimes on the stage we need to break a rule. So I'm gonna break a rule, and I want to do a poem, but I need some jazz. So I don't know if the band, if a bass player is good enough. If you guys need to play, I just need some bass. Thank you. Thank you very much. And what's your name? My accompanist? Murray. Thank you, Murray. My poem will be I took my AI machine to New Orleans and all that jazz. So could you fill this space with some kind of bass that you would hear in New Orleans around Mardi Gras time? Something nice and something funky. Make it funky. I want to smell it. Everyone inhale. Can you smell the funk? Can you smell that? Can you taste it? Well, there's these Minimees that hang out in New Orleans. They sit in them dog cafes and plan they blitz as they eat their hot buttered flavored hominy grits. And I thought I'd give them a surprise and make their spirit rise. So I came on the scene with my brand new AI machine. And they say, man, that thing look intelligent. I said, well, they kind of say it's artificial, but I think it's the real deal in the field. You got it? So them boys stopped eating their grits, and they said, well, we had a blitz plan, but we want to see what this thing can do. And so I said, AMI machine, let's go take a tour through the Metropolitan Bayou. So off we went down into the quarters to the Pat O'Brien's, and we passed by. And they said, does the AI know about a hurricane? The AI looked at me and said, a hurricane's coming, we need to prepare. I have all the data. I said, chill, man. A hurricane's a drink, and it's going to storm all your senses, tear down all your fences, make you recompense, and hence, you're wrecked. So I took my AI machine down to Canal Street, and there the parade was jumping, the band was playing. People were making moves and displaying. And the AI machine said, something I don't get. I just asked somebody, hey, mister, throw me something. And that man said, show your tits. And he said, what are tits? I said, well, you don't have tits, but make them lit. And the AI machine opened up his circuitry and gave him a light show he never forget. And I think that man on the floor got a little wet. You know what I mean? He had a dream and it was wet. But that's what happens in New Orleans in Mardi Gras when you have an AI machine on the scene. So I thought I should take this thing to church and get it kind of blessed before it gets demonized. So I took him to church, took him to St. Charles Cathedral in Jackson Square, and that AI machine really liked the smell in the air. He said, what is that smell? I said, that's gumbo. He said, man, that is well. He said, I like the smell of that. He said, that's something else I'm sensing, picking up in my senses. He said, what is that? Oh, I said, those are beignets from the Cafe du Monde, mean Cafe of the World. And he said, what are beignets? I said, well, Richard Simmons called beignets pillows from heaven. And that's why he had to move out the quarters. But anyway, on and on the story goes. I took my AI machine to Jackson Circle, and I thought he was going to throw up. But AI machine threw up. The thing was turning purple. this bass was so funky. I had to put my AI machine on a donkey. And I said, man, One-Eyed Joe said that thing looked like it had too much brass monkey. And I said, well, we going to go talk to Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa said, you can't talk to me unless you got MasterCard, American Express, or Visa. I said, oh, yeah, you that kind of girl. I said, but my EMI machine needs a chip. He needs to be downloaded to this experience, and he needs it. He wants it to be high. And my man came out the kitchen with a megabyte, gigabyte chip that was fried. Put it in the AI machine. The AI machine lit up like a Christmas tree and said, way down in New Orleans, we let the good times roll. You should have seen that AI machine work with soul. And One-Eyed Jack and Big Sergeant Brown said, this AI machine is running the town. And I said, sitting there with my gangster lean, I think I'm the man on the scene with my AI machine.